story we are following today, we understand that Wockhardt is in active discussions with the parties globally for manufacturing of vaccines. In fact, advanced talks with Sputnik are happening and a formal announcement is not ruled out in the next 3 to 4 weeks. But that's not the only play. We understand that COVID drug manufacturing is the overall bigger play which Wockhardt is actually eyeing, and not just vaccines. They're also keen on oral and nasal forms of COVID drugs. In fact, they are talking with multiple players beyond Sputnik also. A Sputnik tie-up may be for vaccine alone, but they are looking at multiple partners and multiple forms of COVID drugs. So you may hear a lot of announcements shortly. They did hint to us around the results about it, but what we gather is that ambitious plan is happening. A new facility and existing facilities will be utilized for COVID drugs. Repurposing of existing facilities will also be done apart from new and existing facility, both at Shendra and Waluj. And they are really taking it up very seriously. They're talking with government on the one side for supplies of drugs. On the other side, they are talking to these global companies for technology transfers or tech transfers. So the plan is not only for domestic market, but plan is exports as well. In fact, they are working the numbers, and people who are handling this project at the top level tell us that they are aiming for or expecting cash flows of around 1,500 crores as far as their COVID project is concerned over the 12 to 24 month period after they start manufacturing of COVID drugs. That's quite meaningful for a $1 billion company, especially when you have 2,000 crore around debt on the books. So the aim is to utilize cash flows from COVID project in order to reduce the debt or make it negligible, almost zero. So that is the bigger plan. Once the COVID opportunity exhausts itself in the next 3-4 years, there'll be a debt-free company and they'll start focusing on drug discovery and US markets once alone. So there's a very comprehensive COVID project plan which is underway as far as Wockhardt is concerned. It will start off with manufacturing of vaccines with tie-up companies like Sputnik. It will widen itself to other COVID drugs, or nasal and oral dosages. The cash flows which will be brought into the company in almost 2-year period of doing that will be utilized to reduce the debt, and the company in a refurbished, in a new form, will start conducting business in the US markets in the drug discovery side is concerned. We posed a lot of queries to the management around this, but they did not respond to our queries. But people who are handling this project at the top levels have told us the enormity of the COVID project at Wockhardt. So watch out for that one in trade. Other companies also in India are exploiting that opportunity well, but Wockhardt, it could be quite meaningful, and that's the big story we have.